Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our weekly webinar. Today is, let me pull this bad boy up. Here we go. Today is the 21st of November, right before Thanksgiving. What are we doing? Let's go. Come on, baby. You're having issues with the download on my PowerPoint. Get out of here. What's the deal, bro? Okay, let's go. There we go. All right. What did I just do? Oh, okay, stop. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. All right, here we go. All right, so welcome to the weekly mastermind, the week of 11/21. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Hopefully, you all have lots to be thankful for. This week's topic, we're going to be talking about, if I can get this damn thing to cooperate with me. Come on, baby. We're going to talk about fine-tuning our follow-up. We've talked in the past about following up with a lead, and the most important thing is speed to lead. If you're taking notes at home, one of the most important books that goes along with our work that we do in Lead Ads Mastery is this book by Chris Smith called The Conversion Code. And these are both from the Conversion Code. He talks about the impact of speed to lead on lead conversion. And the biggest thing that we see throughout the country, throughout all of our coaching clients, throughout everybody's experiences, the faster that you get to the lead, the better your odds are of actually communicating with that lead. So we're going to take a look and see what that looks like today. There are a couple of tools that you'll need to implement into your system, into your program, so that you're able to contact that lead within hopefully 5 minutes of the time that they request the information, because we're all very confused and we're all scattered and we all have ADHD, it seems like, when it comes to especially information that we request online. So we need to be quick to follow up with them. Also, we talk about down here at the bottom the optimal number of calls or contacts, and this is always fun too, because a lot of us feel like if we reach out once or twice, maybe even 3 times, and we don't get in contact with these people, that we start to beat ourselves up. But if you get to the 6th contact is kind of where the sweet spot is. You see, after number 6, you're starting to get, it starts to become a point of minimal return. So only about 48%, that climbs to 70% after the second contact, 81%, 86%, and 90%, it starts to taper off. So diminishing returns at that point. But just stay, and that's where a CRM can come in handy as well. So stay in contact with them, get them going, and stay on them, okay? We're going to talk today about third-party integrations, the difference between calling versus texting, and what you actually say when you communicate with these people, because it's very important. We've actually been fine-tuning over the last year or so our communication with these people. We're still learning stuff every single day. That's why it's important to be part of a community. It's not enough to just purchase a one-time program or take one course on marketing and then think that we've got it all figured out. That's why constant and never-ending improvement in education is so important in your development as an entrepreneur and a marketer. Clicking on the screen. Okay, third-party integration. Sorry, I'm a little sniffy this morning. I got a cold, you can probably tell. But this is one of our pictures from our actual program. And what I like to call this is the river of time, okay? So over on the left-hand side, I'm going to talk about bridges here for just a second. Over on the left-hand side is this Facebook lead, is this lead source that we're all spending all this money to attract. Right? We want to attract that lead. We want them to respond. We want them to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in buying a home, selling a home, whatever it might be, writing a mortgage. They respond to the ad. We want to get back to them as soon as possible, because the longer they sit over here, here's you on the other side of this. We call this the pit of time, or the river of time. And it separates your lead from you. And the longer this lead sits over here, the more distracted they become, and eventually they wander off into the woods and they look for something else because, again, we have very short attention spans. So where this comes into play is there are third-party integrations. One's called LeadBridge and one's called Zapier. So how it works with Facebook is someone replies to your ad. Facebook has their information. It's got their phone number. It's got their email address. It already has all that information. So if somebody clicks on ad and says get offer, what typically happens is they just go into an Excel spreadsheet and they sit on your page in something called publishing tools. But you don't get any notification that somebody's actually even responded to your ad. Like there's no ding, there's no email notification, there's nothing. And I think that's a real big limitation that Facebook has. So the way that we get around that is by using these third-party integrations. So interesting note here too is that 47% of people who market online never contact this lead. To me, that's insane. If you're going to spend this amount of money and you're not going to contact the leads, what are you doing? You're wasting your time, right? A lot of this, I think a lot of this comes into play here, there's a fear component to this, right? You feel like it's a cold call. But what you have to realize is it's not a cold call at all. These people have actually raised their hands. They're requesting information. The quicker that we can get to them, the better off our response is going to be and the more homes you're going to sell. Within 5 minutes, if you can contact them, you are 100 times more likely to actually have a conversation with the lead. And we all know that conversations create closings, especially in real estate. We're going to have as many conversations per day as we possibly can with potential clients. So this is important, right? This is how these guys work. I'm going to go through this real quick and I'm going to show you exactly how these bridges work. Let me see if I got time to do that. Yeah, okay. Leads, Bridge, and Zapier. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up. Let's go over to this one we're not using right now. But I'm going to pull up my Zapier and I want to show you how simple this is to implement and to use this. Actually, let's just take a look at my Zaps. Okay, so here's one. It's not named. It kind of pisses me off. Okay, let's go with this one, grant programs. Our current ad that we're running that we're just killing it on right now as far as response goes. So this is really simple. You set up this trigger. When this happens, do this. When this happens, do this. So I've got it set up that when a new lead comes in Facebook ads, we can take a look at this. Here it is. It'll pop down all of these, populate Facebook lead ads, trigger event, new lead, and then we choose the account. We link it up with my account. We customize lead, what page. You talk to new construction, quick move-ins, and what form. Specifically, we've created that form. So any information that's put into this form, we get to put in here. Okay, so take a look at the information. And again, okay, test, dummy, lead, blah, blah, blah. So this is the information that they populate. And they're going to send this to an outbound email that comes to me and to Jenny. New lead that really wants a house. So they're going to send over the information, including the name and the email and the phone number. So the second we get this email notification, see, this happens immediately. This is triggered immediately. New lead comes into Facebook ads. Immediately we get an outbound email that comes into our inbox that says, hey, new lead. Follow up with them immediately. So we jump on the phone and we text them. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what we text them and how we text them. But this is how we set this up. And then I've got them set up to a drip campaign on our BombBomb. BombBomb's great because it allows you to use video. Right? We love video, face-to-face interaction. It really, we've done masterminds on that before, talking about how much it increases your response just to put a face with a name and video, right? It's really powerful to sit and talk with somebody. They can hear your voice, they can see your facial expressions. BombBomb's the bomb, for lack of a better way to put that. So, and it's like $20 a month. We've got a special deal when you sign up for Lead Ads Mastery. You can get a free 14-day trial for BombBomb. It's killer. It'll increase your conversions significantly. So this is what we send over to BombBomb. We send the email and it immediately goes into the drip campaign, and the drip campaign in BombBomb, I'll pull that up for you real quick, but it looks like this. I'll pull up Jenny's. Log in here. And again, we've got a link that we can send you. I'll include this. I'll send you over a link. so that you can test drive BombBomb for 14 days using our unique login code. So I'll send that over to you. What are we doing here? Come on, guys. Internet's lagging a little bit today. You know, what else is new? What else is new? We're using up a lot of bandwidth talking to you guys, right? All right, so we're not going to use Jenny's. We're going to use mine. It doesn't like it. So you go to these automations. You can set up these automations. Now, this isn't a mastermind to talk about how to use BombBomb, but, you know, Grant Cardone, you know, if you don't follow Grant Cardone, read the 10X rule, or if you're not first, you're last. Grant's big thing is, if you think it's going to take one interaction with a new client or a new lead to get that sale, then you need to probably rethink that. And every time you think one, you got to think 10X. So to have 10 contacts, here's my grant program. I'll take a look at this one. Here's another one. All these automations have, look at 47 emails, 100. My patient flow from my chiropractic side, I got 174 emails sent. You take a look at the automation that I've put together for this. So this is just, you know, welcome video, link to the videos that I want them to see, you know, and you can create whatever kind of videos that you want out of these. So anyway, that's kind of how BombBomb works. That's how Zapier works. But we should probably head back over to our PowerPoint and move on. So again, questions on that, I'm going to send you over a link to the BombBomb. You can try that out if you'd like, but they're killer. All right, so let's talk about calling versus texting. So again, a lot of people get a little hung up on making those phone calls to these leads. Well, first off, it's a thought process issue. These aren't cold calls. These aren't people that you're just picking out of a phone book. You're not knocking on doors. You know what I mean? These people are actually raising their hand. They're requesting information, and through our targeting we're setting up, we know that these people are actually interested in buying a home or getting a mortgage or selling their home because of our targeting, right? We've used targeting, and we're using an ad, we're using a headline that's going to attract people who are interested. So it's all part of the process. It's really, really important that you reach out to these people. And if you're nervous to call, the easy thing to do is to text them. So if we take a look, right, texting is the single most used feature on a smartphone, with 97% of all smartphone users having texted within the last week. Think about that. Our mobile devices, which take up the majority of web traffic, people text more than they use the internet. So again, more effective than phone calls, more effective than emails. Texting is the most important thing. I mean, who do you know that doesn't return a text? Unless they're really pissed off at you, they won't return your text, right? You know, that's the big thing. Calling people have a lot. I just lost my train of thought there. People have a lot of hangups about cold calling. Right, but it's really simple to shoot over a text. And the other thing is too is that, you know, implement a phone call. This is all part of a ongoing CRM that people need to be put into your CRM, and you need to be following up with them on a daily to weekly basis. Okay, I want to be in their face with the integrations and automations that we have set up. We're in their face daily with an email. We're following up weekly with a text or a phone call, right? Because these are the people, if we want to sell more houses, these are the people that we're going to sell the houses to. These are the hot market. These are our leads, okay? So don't get hung up on this. Text them. Set up the third-party integration and text these people. And the next part of this is, what do you say? Oh, okay, well, we talked about this before. Like, do you answer phone calls from unknown numbers? Think about that for just a second. If you don't recognize the phone number that's calling, do you actually pick up the phone and answer that call? Well, I don't. And I have listings most of the time, which is stupid. We're real estate professionals. We're mortgage people. We should be picking up the phone anytime it rings. But how many of us don't, right? We just don't like that. It's so much easier to respond to a text. How many of you say, for a quicker response, shoot me a text on your message? I hear that all the time amongst real estate agents. So don't think that people are any different than we are, okay? We're all the same. So again, it goes along with the ad, right? Now, somebody that responds to this ad, what are they looking for? Special pricing and reserved lots for first-time home buyers and families earning under $70,000. To claim your lot, click below. They've actually gone through the trouble to click on this ad. They've populated their their information into the ad, and they're wanting you to call them or to contact them. It even says, we're going to contact you in the lead ad. Don't be afraid to contact them. So we used to use an open-ended question, and we even train on that in our program. And I'm going to have to go through and revise this, because we would just say, hey, this is Chris or Jenny from Utah New Construction Quick Move-Ins or Best Davis and Yuba County Homes. Got your request for information. Is now a good time to talk. So we started to tweak and test that a little bit, and we're now just assuming that they're interested, and we're asking yes or yes questions. And the question that we started to ask looks like this. Hey, this is Jenny from Utah New Construction Quick Move-Ins. Thank you for your interest in our grant programs. We have new construction and existing home programs. Which were you interested in? Can you see how that feels different? You know, we're assuming that they're interested because that they have responded. So anytime you can assume the interest, and you know, we have to act as if, right? We have to ask, we're busy. You know, we're getting 3 to 4 leads a day. We have buyer appointments, we have listing appointments, we're out working, we're taking loan apps, we're doing all those things that go with our daily flow, right? We don't have a ton of time to sit here and mess around with you. You requested information from me. Let's go. Qualify yourself. This is where the rubber hits the road, right? Are you interested in this or not? Not even that. Which one are you interested in? I already know that you're interested in. Quit playing games with me. You want new, you want existing. And I'm telling you, just that little tweak, our response rate has risen from about 50% to 80%. So we're closing more deals. We're getting more people in our pipeline. We're getting more people onto our newsletter, mailing list, and emails. And it's actually improved our results by about 30%. So to review, it's not enough to just get the lead on Facebook. It's not enough to just implement the ad and the lead form and let that lead sit over there across the river of time. We've got to get those third-party integrations, the Zapier and the Leads Bridge. And I've also got a 14-day trial for the Leads Bridge that I can send over to you if you're interested in that. But the really important thing is you don't have time to check Excel, your Facebook pages and the Excel spreadsheets 3 or 4 times a day. You just want that email notification sent over to you. Okay. Second thing is, man, just text these people. If you are nervous about making phone calls, don't worry about making the phone calls. Just send them over a text, okay? People text more than they use the internet. And then remember that third-party integration. We always want to be hooked up to a CRM. We always want to be having a maybe that's what we'll work on next week, is developing our CRM, and I'll show you a real quick, easy way to track those leads and to continually follow up with them over time, because that's what it's all about. Okay, and then the last thing is just the difference in the conversation, just a difference in the communication with the text. So we're not asking them if they're interested. We know they're interested. We're asking them a yes or yes question. You want new construction or you want existing? Okay, and that can be used with anything. Okay, asking somebody out on a first date. Do you want Italian or do you want Mexican? You know what I mean? Let's be audacious. Let's put it out there. We already know that they're going to say yes, right? Let's assume the yes answer and get past it, and then just ask them which way they want to go from here. Okay? Cool. Any questions for me? I'm going to open it up for just a second. Anybody there that has some questions? Where are we at here? I'm gonna close that guy out. Okay. All right. I'm not getting any questions today. That's okay. We'll move on. All right, cool. And just a reminder, access to the member site is always available. It's only $97 a month. You get these every week. We go over a new topic. Usually it's a little bit better attended than it is this morning. I think it's weird because it's on a Thursday. We usually run on Tuesdays. I was a little under the weather this week, so. But www.leadadstraining.com. Go ahead and sign up for the monthly Elite Ads membership. It's only $97 a month, and that's a steal as far as I'm concerned. So let's see, questions and what else we got going on. All right. Okay. I'll see you guys all next week. I'll send over a couple of links. If you have any questions, just shoot them over to me. Send me an email. You know how to get a hold of me. And we will talk again next week.